Cooking Up a Storm, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.
We're cooking up a storm, and the holidays will be here right around the corner. You need side dishes to go with your turkey, your ham, vegetables, right? I know Brussels sprouts, they get a bad rap, right? Eat your Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts, and I think you're gonna love Brussels sprouts if you try this recipe. And it's not that hard to do. It's easy, finish it up right at the last second. So a couple things you do ahead of time. Brussels sprouts, what are they? They're basically like little cabbage. They come from the cabbage family. Now, during the holidays, you can actually buy the Brussels sprouts like on the branch, which is kind of cool. I've bought it in stores. For some reason, that's the only time they sell it like that. And if that's the case, you just cut it right off and you don't have to do this step. And most of your Brussels sprouts that you buy, like a fresh Brussels sprout, see how this is like dark? This part you do want to cut off with the paring knife, and be careful with my sharp paring knife because you can cut yourself rather easily. And then, you know, if some of these fall off, that's okay, some of the outer ones. And then all we're gonna do is cut it in half. I have 32 ounces of Brussels sprouts, just like that, in this bowl. Into the bowl, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of olive oil. And what we're gonna do is roast these. So we're gonna roast it at a high temperature. I have the oven preheated at 425 degrees. Add a little bit more, why not? Okay. And then salt and pepper. So it's real simple. We roast these: salt, pepper, olive oil, nothing to it. And this will give this, when you roast something like this, it'll make the Brussels sprouts be more like a little bit sweeter when you roast it. So it will bring out the sweetness to them. So if you're not a big fan of Brussels sprouts, I think you may change your mind after this recipe. So there you go, just mix it up, nothing fancy. Put it on a baking sheet, there they go, and spread it out evenly so they're not like, you know, all bunched up like on top of each other. Like that, and that's it. And then we're gonna take, maybe I'll add a little, just because it looks like it's a little void of some salt and pepper, a little more seasoning, nothing out of the norm here, a little bit. Okay, I always like to re-season a little bit. So this is gonna go in our oven. Again, I have it preheated, 425 on the middle rack. So after you get out the bird, your oven's already going to be heated. You could do that. I'm gonna wash my hands a little bit because I have some olive oil on my hands. But so you get the, you know, what we do a lot of times on Thanksgiving, we get the bird out. It's like my wife has everything timed out here. And then, you know, I get these ready, get these going, and then she has the roll. So everything is like in a time. But that's going to go for 20, 25 minutes. Also, an important thing is we want to, about halfway through, about 10 minutes go by, I'll just mix that up a little bit so they get evenly roasted. Then we're going to add bacon, because if you don't like Brussels sprouts, if you don't like anything, my secret ingredient is add bacon, and then you'll like it. So we cut the bacon up. I like to cut them with scissors. It's a lot easier than a knife. If you haven't tried this, it's the easiest way, I think, of cutting up bacon. And another little tip to do this is to make sure your bacon, and normally in the refrigerator, you could even freeze it for a little bit before you do that, and it'll be harder, and it'll make cutting easier with the scissors. So then we're gonna take our bacon and fry it. Got my frying pan ready to go here. So while your Brussels sprouts are roasting, the bacon is frying. And this is something that can be done ahead of time. So you could do this ahead of time as well. You have the bacon already done, and then you just incorporate it together. The final step is going to be the balsamic glaze. So we don't have a lot of ingredients here. It's a great side dish. My family loves this side dish. I have to double it every Thanksgiving when I make it, and for some reason it's kind of crazy. One of the favorite things they like to eat on Thanksgiving is the Brussels sprouts, so they love this recipe. So we're gonna let this simmer down here a little bit and fry that bacon up, and I'll show you what everything looks like. We'll incorporate it all together right after this.
I was the first in my family to go to college.
I was looking to switch careers.
I wanted the highest quality, but most affordable option for a degree.
No matter where you are in life, West Virginia Northern Community College can make your dream of a college degree a reality. With over half of our students being first-generation college students and free tuition for many programs, Northern is the right choice for you.
I can go to college. West Virginia Northern Community College. You belong here.
Okay, our Brussels sprouts have been roasted now for about 20-25 minutes, and I did turn them in between. Gave them a little toss in between so they would roast evenly. And this is what it wants. You don't want it like black, but you want it to look like this. And it a little charred, as you can see. So what we're going to do now is basically add. I need another mitten here. I'm going to add the Brussels sprouts to the bowl. We're going to combine it with the bacon and the glaze. So again, real simple recipe. And everyone seems to love these. It's one of their favorite side dishes when I make them for the holidays, especially on Thanksgiving. I always wonder that, like when you have like a great recipe that people love, it's like, do they love it because they only get it once a year, or do they really love it? So I think part of it could be that they only get it once a year because it makes it special. You know, you eat this every day, it's not going to be special, right? So there we go. Got all the Brussels sprouts, the charred Brussels sprouts. Again, it looks a little. Some of them look a little black, but that's what we're looking for right there. You didn't burn it, don't worry. And then we're going to add the bacon. So here's our bacon right here. I like to put the bacon on a paper towel to absorb some of the grease. Now I am going to use, though, about a tablespoon of some of my reserve bacon grease. Now this is the one thing I always tend to forget, is this little step right here. So if you do the bacon ahead of time, which I do recommend, especially if you're having this on the holiday, you have it all done, just keep some of that bacon grease, and then that sort of just helps make everything come together, because bacon grease, like I said, bacon tastes good on anything. Balsamic glaze, the last step. You can use balsamic vinegar, but I like the glaze a little thicker, and we're going to use about 2 tablespoons of that. You could eyeball it, of course. And what I'm going to do is give this a nice little stir so I get all that incorporated together. And easy side dish. You put this in a nice fancy bowl. This is pretty impressive. This isn't, opening up some frozen Brussels sprouts and just plop them in the bowl. This is going to have a lot more flavor. If you have someone that's kind of picky with their Brussels sprouts and don't really like them, they may like this. If you want to, at the end there, give it a little fancy glaze or something like that. Knock your socks off. So there it is. Easy peasy. You have a great side dish for Thanksgiving, or in this case, or Christmas, or any holiday really, or any time. Or in this case, this could be my dinner right here. This is my entire bowl I'm going to eat out of. So it is. I think you're going to like it. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you have any pictures or videos, photos of any of the recipes we make, you could also chime those in. Chime in lives on the WTOV 9 app. I'm going to give this a little bit of a taste. Get the bacon, balsamic, and Brussels sprouts. It's all bees. It's like the killer bees. Bacon, balsamic, and Brussels sprouts. Great recipe. You're going to love it. Give it a try. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Cooking Up a Storm.
Cooking Up a Storm, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.